Alright, so hopefully I'm in the camera here. So I just want to talk about a little system that I use when I'm on the phone as an inbound closer. And you can incorporate this, if you like, into your business practices. So I use a technique called floating pillars. So I have 10 pillars for any given presentation. Let's just say, let's just talk about real estate. So I have 10 pillars for the course. Let's just say, for example, but obviously you can't mention all 10 pillars when you're in your presentation because you're going to overwhelm the client. So what I use is what's called a floating. So I pick 3, and it could be any 3 based on our conversation. So for example, if the person is talking about maybe it's open house follow-ups, they're not sure how to do that, but it comes up in conversation, like, yeah, I seem to be losing a lot of leads through, I have an open house, and then 3 days, a week later, I try to follow up with these people and they ghost on me and all this kind of stuff. So I go to my floating pillars, and I go, oh, that's number 10. That is a fork and a plate. So it's kind of like the pegging system. So I'm like, okay. So what I would make a mental note of that, and like, so basically there are times where you go home, you're sitting down at the dinner table, and maybe you're wondering, why they're not answering their phone after an open house or something like that. Or you can position it where, how would you like to have a husband and wife after the open house go home and have dinner together, and then they start talking about you in your real estate company? So that's pillar 10. So it depends how you position it. You can position it as the person that's being ghosted sits down at home at the dinner table wondering why these people aren't responding to them. And so we have a program, a course on that pillar. So if they said something like, I just want to know, when people are thinking about buying a home, or maybe they want to sell their home, who knows what it is. Sometimes you don't know. You have to knock on a bunch of doors and all this kind of stuff, and you just really don't know. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, every investor, every buyer, every seller almost has a reason why they want to buy or sell. We call that the black swan of real estate. We don't know when it's going to come up. We don't know when someone's going to buy or sell, but they're going to. So we have actually a pillar, and I just go 9876543. Oh, that's number 2. That's a swan, black swan. So the black swan is a program that helps you find these potential investors, maybe they're buyers, sellers, before they get out onto the market. So we have a program around that. So, but you remember, you don't tell them right away as soon as they say, yeah, I have people that, or I would like to find people that are thinking about buying a home or selling a home. You just make a mental note of that, and it's like, yeah, it's almost like the black swan. Have you ever heard of Chris Voss? Yeah, so it's like the black swan. We don't know who's buying, selling, whatever. So you just have a little conversation about that. But that's another pillar. So maybe it's something like, I don't always have time to build my business and all this kind of stuff, and, go door knocking and send out email campaigns and all this kind of stuff. I run out of time to do that. And I'm not, I feel like I don't have a system to be accountable. So those are 2 pillars. You just pick one. So, okay, maybe it's the accountability thing seems to be a little bit more than the busyness. Okay, so if we can keep you accountable, we can take care of that busyness where you feel like you don't have time to do all this other stuff. So let's see, what pillar is that? I have 10. So that's number 8, tracking, like a racetrack. So number 8 is we have accountability tracking software. So if you set up a goal and it's like, okay, I wanna show 10 homes this week, and then I want to be able to find new listings, and I want to be able to send out this many campaigns. Maybe it's a drip campaign or something like that. Okay, that's number 8, pillar 8. So at the end of your presentation, it's like, okay, I think what we can do to help. I think what we can do. I think what we do can actually help you. Would it be appropriate right now for me to share that with you? Yeah, cool. And I'll share the pricing and all that kind of stuff. For sure, for sure. Okay, it's $15,000, and it's basically 3 pillars. So remember when you said you had a problem with people ghosting on you after follow-ups, after an open home? So we have a program for that to help prevent those ghosting. It's almost 100% efficient. You'll never have people ghost again. So we have an open house program for that. And then remember how you said that you would like to know who are buying and who are selling before it gets out onto the market. Remember you said that? Well, we actually have a program for that. It's called the Black Swan Real Estate Program. And it's tailored to help you find those listings before they get listed, help you find those buyers before they buy, help you find those sellers before they're on the market selling, before they put up that for sale sign. So we have a whole program for that. And remember when you mentioned that you like to be a little bit more, you like to be held a little bit more accountable because you feel like you're running all over the place and you're too busy. You don't have time to do all this kind of stuff. So what we have is we have tracking software that we will give you, and basically you just set up your goals, and it basically just is accountability software, just exactly what it says, but it helps you track your goals. So if you say, you know what, I would like to send out 10 emails, or I would like to follow up with these people, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. It's all in the program. You just set it up, forget about it, and then while you're talking to prospects and all this kind of stuff, you'll get reminders to say, okay, you're at 80% of your goals, 60%, whatever it is. And then once you hit 100%, you're good. You're good. So those are the 3 pillars. How would you like to proceed? So I have 7 more, but they only had 3 hot buttons. So I'm going to tailor it for them right on the fly. So I hope that helps somebody out there to, you want to be able to create, sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but once you have it, create 10 pillars, and then you're guiding these people into one of these 10 buckets. No more. You're not guiding them into 11 or 12, some bucket that you don't know. You could pretty much narrow it down into these 10, and then you just pick 3. And you just pick anyone. Hopefully that helps. And I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.